Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, good morning, good night, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste to everybody around. This is Khurram Zahir Chishti. I'm a master NLP coach. And the book for today's review, one of the landmarks and one of the very critical books on productivity and how to improve our life. It is called The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. The Code of the Extraordinary Mind. It is written by Mr. Vishen Lakhiani, who is the CEO of Mind Valley, a very famous company that focuses on the personal development of individuals. And honestly, among the so many self-help books and guidance books that I've read and I've reviewed, this is one of the landmark ones because it throws some new insights and new concepts into this self-development journey. And hence it's a treat to read and review about it. First of all, once we are born, we are bombarded by various expectations which the society, our parents, our friend have with us and which we have held over the years as being true. That what the author calls as basically calls it bullshit rules, B rules, whereby we have taken them as default, which they stem from some of the biases that we have about certain nationalities, certain aspects of our life that we are not good in running, we are not good in maths, we are not good in science, this and that, and we have taken them, or we are antisocial, a certain aspect of our personality, certain aspect of our academic life or professional life, and we have just endeared them. So first of all, this uh, author says that first of all, when you have such a thing, always ask who says when did it happen last time? Do you have any incidents that prove it? And even if it's true, let's say that you're not good in maths, you're not good in science, you're not good in socializing. So there are steps you can take to improve yourself. Let's see how. First of all, four stages of the laws. We will go into each of them, but this time it's just an overview. First of all, question reality. In case if it's not serving you, always seek to critically evaluate it if it's true or not and what makes you think that. Is it the belief following the action or the action following the belief? Just because you think you're not good in socializing, you're antisocial, or because you are antisocial, uh, because you're actually not good in socializing. So rewrite your inner world. Your inner world is far more important than the outer world. Your inner dialogue, your habits, your inner talk which you have with yourself, and how to reframe it. The author will tell you now. Upgrade your external world. Of course, it's said in many forums that you are average of the five people you hang out with. If you hang out with five complainers, you are the sixth one. If you hang out with five achievers, you are the sixth one, and so on so forth. Also, the external world also, as per the author, is also the space where you work. It should be organized. It should be clear so that you have a clear concept of how to work. You should not work on your bed because a better place to sleep. So you should organize your work in such a way that every place should have the association. Part 4, very important, bend reality. You can, through visualization, intentional thinking, and by developing your own inner dialogue, you can bend reality in such a way that by subconsciously thinking that things may work out, having a strong belief that you can do a work despite what people say, you can take the required steps. And conversely, if you believe that you cannot do it, then no matter how much well equipped you are, you will make a mess of your project. So first of all, this is the bullshit rules, which the author says we have all been born into and we have all been ingrained into. That what we need to get rid of. For example, as per the author, what he says is that we have believed that success is job stability. If you have a stable job, that's a success for you. Work must be hard to be valuable. Probably, maybe or maybe not, because if you help somebody with ease, smile at somebody, give him a patient ear to listen to, that's also valuable. That's very valuable. That means a lot, but that's not hard work. You must follow a traditional path, education, college, job, this way. However, Gen Zs have proven it incorrect because they have started startups. So most people live mediocre life because they never question these rules. Now, concept two, conscious engineering. Conscious engineering. What does this concept say? You operate on two levels. First of all, models of reality, your belief how the world works. Like for example, you can have a belief, okay, fine, if I have a hard work, I will get the good result. The philosophy is, okay, no, more than hard work, I need to polish the shoes of my seniors, then I will get it. So whatever the belief system is, that, and system for living, your habits and action. Of course, your daily habits, your eating habits, your working habits, your reading habits all contribute at the end to how successful you are. So, and successful people, the very successful people, consistently and constantly upgrade both of them. They are models of reality because, of course, they have different challenges, different projects, different assignments. Elon Musk has three different companies. All of them are run by different yardstick, so he knows how to switch his gears. Number one, system for living, his habits. Once he get up, he's known as a workaholic. He sleeps on the factory floor, and majority of the ultra successful people that you see are have this habit whereby they are experts on their work. They have read all the material that is there to be read on its work. Like we know Warren Buffett, he reads an average of around 500 pages per day, be it newspapers, be it books. So they are well versed with their fields. Live by design, not by default. You can't live life like a rudderless ship, because if you live life like a rudderless ship, then the waves, the water will take you wherever it wants. However, if you want to go where you want, then you might as well have a design, a purpose, a goal for your life. Now you could have a vision, is something you have for yourself in 5 to 6 years. Okay, fine, in 5 to 6 years you want to have a C-level job, in 5 to 6 years you want to have a business of your own. But those, that vision is achieved by having goals, which could be annual goals, and those annual goals are then broken down into 6 month milestones and then tasks at hand. So it you want to lose 20 kg, you're not going to lose 20 kg tomorrow. Okay, fine, I'll go to the gym, I'll do this particular exercises. Okay, over a year I will do this. So the design should be there for your life. Identity shapes reality. Now, a very important concept. No matter how much you say, okay, you want to quit smoking, but if you identify yourself like a smoker, you you may drop from probably 2 packets a day to a 1 packet or half a packet, but you will never quit smoking. As long as your identity is not that okay, you are not a smoker, it will be difficult for you to align with the new reality. For example, if you want to become the best employee of your organization, you should have this identity that you are a competent person. And once you have this identity, all the action which you will take, the amount of effort and thoughts which you will give to your work will reflect your top performance, i.e., identity matters a lot. And it can also apply conversely. If you have this belief and a self image of yourself that you are a good for nothing loser person and you end up making mess of everything, then as I said earlier, no matter how much equipped you are, how much well wishers you have, you will end up screwing your job. Reality is malleable. Now you walk into a particular office, you feel everybody is not helpful, everybody is on their own, you are struggling to talk to somebody for the issue which you have. However, having said that, that is, this reality can be changed. How? Through visualization. You visualize politely talking to somebody and visualize him politely talking back. Intention setting. You have this positive intention. Okay, once you walk up to a person, he or she will listen to you and help you. And of course, very important, use of emotional alignment. You have to understand what the mood the other person is in, get him to a proper resourceful state of mind, and then talk. Please note that this is not magical thinking. It's about focus, behavior, and perception shaping outcomes. Now we come to the 10 laws of which author Mr. Vishal has simplified for best execution of our plans and our goals. First of all, transcend the cultural escape. Blindly following societal norms is not to the best of our interest, and question everything. So instead of someone deciding for you, okay, why should you invest in this particular thing? Why should you pursue this particular line of business? Why should you pursue and study this particular course? You have to question yourself, your own interest, and your own values. Are they aligned? You are a banker, probably a course in AI which is related to your aspect of banking with respect to risk management, corporate banking could help. But of course, learning Python, coding, and Power BI or things which of course are important but may not be particularly relevant to you, that decision you have to make. Law 2 is question the B rules. As I said, there are certain aspects of your personality which you have agreed agreed upon just because others have told you okay, you are not good in marketing, you're not good in finance, you can't remember things, you are, and mostly these are negatives. These are negatives. Positives you don't remember, negatives you always remember. So that's why I always question. Okay, fine, yeah. Who says? Are they credible enough, or who are they to say? Or have I made such statements about anybody else? So I should also be careful. And then probably the next time you are into a gathering, into a dinner, you can socialize more just to prove to yourself that no, you're good in socializing. Next time you attend a conference, you attend a training, try to remember things, write down and remember, prove a little bit of little win, early win can increase your confidence by tenfolds. Then rewrite your inner world. It has three aspects to it. First of all, practice conscious engineering, upgrade your system and beliefs. And how? First of all, you audit your existing beliefs, existing habits. Okay, fine. What are the stereotype about I have myself? What are the habits which I feel are not serving me? I get up late. I don't exercise in the morning, or I do exercise, but it's only very, there's no. I do it when I feel like. I should do at least twice or thrice in a week, or I should stop taking dinner at night. Something. Review your own habits with respect to the goals you have. Rewrite your models of reality. Adopt better beliefs deliberately. Instead of having biases about others, instead of believing that you are a loser, you are good for nothing, always have positive belief about yourself. Because if you are not going to have confidence and faith in your own abilities, how do you expect the world to? Hence, you have to keep visualizing till you have belief, positive beliefs about yourself. This will make you have positive thoughts about yourself, which will translate into positive actions and then positive outcomes result. Upgrade yourself. What does it mean? It means that you should focus on your mind, body, spirit. See how you can improve each of them through meditation, through reading, through exercising, through reflection, through walking. So always keep, this is a continuous thing. It's not that once in a while you do it for 3 months and then you forget about it. No. Every day you have to build upon it. You may not spend like spending 5 hours in a gym in once in 6 months is no good. 15 minutes or 20 minutes every day doing some form of exercise fetches far better results and far more results which are long lasting. Consistency is the key over here, and you have to keep upgrading yourself. Part 3, upgrade your external world. What does it mean? Bend reality, aligned vision, emotion, and belief. Align vision, emotion, and belief. As I said, okay, for example, you walk into an office, you walk into a meeting, and you believe that people are not going to listen to you, they will think you are too junior for to talk, and no one's going to give you importance. But you have this faith, no, whatever the one or two slides which I have to present, I will present them with best of my abilities. Probably I will align how these two slides relate to the entire picture of the organization so that the others take importance. And I will have probably some call to action. If you want a clarity, you can come back to me. Let's take it up so that there is some follow-up action that also I make myself relevant. Live blissfully. One of the very important concepts the author says is that of gratitude. You cannot seek more, or the universe cannot give you more till you're not happy with what you have. And what you have may not be $1 million or $2 billion. What you have is a good health. The very fact that you got up and walked to office yourself. And the very fact that you are breathing, and that sense of gratitude will lead you to a happy state of mind, and happy people always perform better. Visions greater than goals. As I said in a couple of slides back, okay, you could have a vision could be a little bit longer, 5 year, 10 year. In 5 years you want to have your own business, in 5 years you want to be the CEO of your organization. Goals are which you break down into annual or 6 monthly milestone, how you want to achieve that. You want to lose weight, okay, fine. You want to become a six-pack body, you can't make it overnight, okay, fine. You'll have it in 2 years. So what should you do in the next 6 months? What should you do in another next 6 months? Okay, you should eat healthy, go to gym regularly, probably have a personal trainer. So how your goal should be broken down in such a way that they lead you to a broader vision of yourself. Becoming or become extraordinary. What does it say? Basically, the author says that life is not about comfort, it's about growth and impact, and for which you need to seek discomfort. If you have achieved the topmost level of your grade or your job, then it's time you seek other challenges, learn, deliver, and grow. You seek new opportunities, you seek new assignments, you learn, you deliver, and you grow. Hence, define your mission. Who do you want to become? Who do you want to help? What sort of a legacy you want to keep behind? And this way it will you will be able to embrace your quest. Okay, no, it is more than becoming extraordinary. I have to work with the identity I have, for the vision I have, keeping in view the goals which I have made up for that vision. So in becoming extraordinary, you put in together all the previous learnings, have the proper self identity, have the goals which lead up to that vision. Now, step by step execution plan. Basically, I will just tell you the gist of it. It primarily summarizes all we have learned. First of all, audit your reality, your own identity, limiting beliefs, external influences, and B rules. Redesign your identity. Who are you becoming? Skills, habits, mindset. Build high performance systems, which means what are your daily habits? Daily 20-minute reading, 15-20 minutes meditation, some sort of physical movements, exercising, journaling, gratitude journal, whatever is as per your goals. Define your vision, which means vision you could have in terms of a career, in terms of a lifestyle, in terms of a relationship, in terms of the impact you want to have in your community. And just ensure you are on a daily or a weekly basis going over it, whatever you have written, so that you know that you are on track or not on track. Practice reality bending daily. And what is this? It is visualization, gratitude, intentional thinking, meditation, where you visualize yourself as achieving your goals. And step number 6, remove emotional fragility. Emotional fragility means stop reacting too quickly to criticism, failures, external validations. You should be internally strong enough. So, what elite performance extract? Primarily, it is beliefs are greater than your skills. If you have a skills, you know AI, you know Excel, but you don't have a belief that you can actually put it to good use, then of course your skill stands to no use. You have the skill of hard work, but you have a belief that you are a loser, then no matter how hardworking you are, how many number of hours you give, your output will still be that of a loser quality or poor quality. Happiness is a comparative advantage. Emotional stage define productivity. Just ensure you come in a resourceful state of mind prior to starting a work so you can give your best. Identity drives behavior. Of course, we spoke a lot about it, of having the right identity to achieve your goals. Without having the identity that you are a person who takes fitness seriously, you will not go to a gym and do proper exercise. You'll just go to a gym, socialize, just laugh, giggle, talk, and come back. So you need to have the proper identity if you want to excel in your work. Have the identity of a competent person who delivers on targets and who does and keeps the stakeholders engaged with his work. Question everything. Don't take everything at face value. Just explore deeper and know the truth behind the walls. Vision beats goals. As I said earlier, vision creates a direction and based on which goals are made. And because you work on your goals, because your vision, which serves as your why, becomes very powerful. Vision is your why, and goals become your how you want to achieve those why. Some common mistakes we should all be aware of and avoid: consuming ideas but not implementing systems. No matter how many books you read, no matter how many podcasts you attend, if you don't take action, then they don't serve any good, all these podcasts and books. Trying to change habits without changing identity. Earlier, also, as I think I spoke 3 4 times, okay, your habits will be aligned to the identity you have. You want to call yourself as a non-smoker, then stop smoke. Have this identity that you hate smoking or you're not a smoker, and eventually it fall into place. You want to picture yourself as a top performer, have the identity of yourself as a competent person who delivers stuff, and that is why that belief will take you for the thoughts which convert into actions, and actions into outcomes and performance. Following societal expectations blindly. Just because some society thinks that certain things have to be done certain way, of course nothing goes of the positive side. If probably you're in a group of people and they drink regularly, so don't think that because they drink or drinking is fine with you as well, and of course vice versa. And there is no need. You should pick up the good habits of people, and just because probably the whole crowd is getting into drugs or whining dining, then there's no need for you to follow the crowd. Using goals without emotional connection. Now, it's always said that action precedes motivation. You take an action and that develops interest, and then you get motivated to do a job complete. You may not, a job on its own may not interest you, may not be of value to you, but once you start doing it, you start exploring how interesting it is and how entertaining it is. But you should not just continue action without having the emotional attachment. Post you starting, there should be some form of a interest, there should be some form of a drive or some form of a goal which you develop, which should give you that emotional kick. You know you want to do it. You take up a new project, just don't work with your hands, also involve your mind and all your five senses, and visualize yourself completing and getting compliment from people around. So ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you, and hope I am able to impart some good knowledge. Thank you.